Hey guys, it's Kimmy A.
And it's your boy Devin Fly Guy Rick at the 90's Play Lounge
On WPB Radio.com. It's the 90's Play Lounge
on WPBRadio.com
with your host Kimmy A.
and your boy Devin Fly Guy Riggs. We got that old school to new school.
Each and every Monday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Yeah, man, keep it locked.
You got about 91,000 and Instagram 56,000, so you have a lot of people following you and backing you up and things like that. So as far as like starting out with your name, you know, I've read your bio, you was considered a Lil Problem growing up, so that's really where the name came from, like just...
Yeah, ever since I was a child, you know, pretty much I just figured, you know, being into fights and school and giving my mom headaches and everything like that, it was just always a problem. So, and it started when I was little, so I figured, hey, just name myself Little Problem. Even though I was a big problem,
Right.
I feel Big Problem really didn't kind of like, it didn't really go right, it didn't flow right. So I was like, I'm a Little Problem,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did your mom like your name when you told her?
Nah, she don't like it.
Okay.
She like, you should have named yourself Big Problem. I'm like, nah, Little Problem's better.
Right. So what inspired you to start music?
Well, actually, when I was a kid, you know, I listened to a lot of Eminem, Biggie, Pac, and it just one day it just hit me like, man, you know, I want to be one of the greatest. I want to be one of them. You know, just sitting down, lyrical wise, writing music, listening to that, and you know, watching the music videos they was putting out, the shows, and being on stage. That's what really inspired me to become, you know, at least something that they already have already accomplished. I wanted to accomplish what they accomplished. I knew I could have done it.
Right. Okay. And then I know you had performed in a lot of places. You have actually a show coming up January 26th at the Radio Nights.
Yeah, that's right.
So so I know you perform everywhere. So what was your best performance? First, name like some of the performances you've done already, and then name like the one performance that was like the best, that gave you that energy. It was like, all right, let's keep doing it, keep doing it.
I think my first performance probably was the best one, which was at a hookah bar as well too.
Okay.
It was, you know, it was definitely packed out. We had, you know, a lot of fun. Another performance that I really did like and enjoyed was up at Stadium in DC. That was probably one of the best ones I think I liked that I've done.
Right. Did you do it while the strippers was
That's
there?
fine.
Yeah, I had some strippers on the stage dancing too, so yeah,
That's
it was
wild.
pretty cool.
Yeah. And then so you said that you look up to like Eminem, Biggie. So is that the only two people that stick out to you in the hip hop, or was there other people that you look up to?
Well, you know, hip hop is different today than what it was, you know,
Right.
10 years ago.
Right.
But I respect all the other artists, regardless whether the music is good or not. You know, I still respect them as an artist for the fact that they did what they had to do and they made it. So you still gotta respect them for where they got to. You know what I'm saying? But you know, other artists that I do like is Drake. I like Big Sean. I like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
You know, commercial rappers to me, which I consider myself too, also a commercial rapper. I like commercial rappers. Being the fact that, I mean, commercial rappers is what makes the money.
Right.
So that's the lane I'm going for. You feel me?
Who don't you like?
Oh man.
Saw some controversy.
Yeah. I don't like throwing names out there. You know.
What don't you like as far as like in music? Like some people don't give names, but name things that you just don't like when some artists do with their music.
I feel if you're an artist, you should be able to write your own music.
Okay.
You can't call yourself an artist if you don't write your own music. That's one. And two, I feel maybe rapping about the same things over and over again. You know, if you have 17 tracks on your songs, on your album, should I say, and 14 of them is talking about the same thing.
Right.
You know, and a lot of rappers nowadays, they can only rap on a certain bass line.
Right.
So that's another thing, you know, you put them to a slower melody beat, you try to change it up, they stick with one particular bass line, one particular sound. There's no really creativity now in music like there was back before.
Right.
You know, but I feel that, you know, I mean, if you open yourself to different type of genres of music, I think it's better, you know, of course it's a better lane for your marketing, it's a better lane for money. You know, that's pretty much it. You know, you got artists out there that like, they kind of like battle rappers. You know, they rappers, but they battle rappers at the same time. You know, everything, if you listen to their lines, they're good, but they're more punchlines. You know, they're more, you know, more of a rapper that you would see on stage on a Friday night at a KO fight, you know, going at it. But that's about it.
So you think it's kind of harder for like battle rappers and freestyle rappers to actually make a good album?
It may not be hard because they're used to that, you know, and their mind is consistent with words, and they have a lot of, you know, they could put the creativity together. But when it comes down to making the album, I feel that some people just get in the booth and just let it out, you know, instead of taking the time and really thinking and putting that emotion behind it, so people can understand your music and they can feel it. You know, they just kind of go in the booth, which I don't knock their hustle. I mean, let them do what they do. Right. But that's my opinion. I wouldn't just go in the booth and, you know, kind of like, you know, let me just toss it out there. Whatever comes out, we'll just take it out, whatever I like, you know.
Right.
Got you. So I know you named people that you liked in the industry. Are those people that you would like to work with as well? And do you have any other people? Like producers?
There's a lot of people. I would love to work with Nicki Minaj one day. Who wouldn't?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't?
That's a hit right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You haven't even heard it yet.
Nicki, Rihanna, Eminem. You know, Eminem is probably one of the greatest people that I would look up to as far as music. You know, people say he's crazy and whatnot and all this other crazy shit, but he's Eminem.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not an album that he ever put out that didn't go platinum. So.
Right. Well, he saw Monster. You know, that line is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and then so I've seen you been doing your thing. Like I looked at your Instagram, you be hanging with A-list celebrities, Christina Milian. I saw Miguel, Future, things like that. And I actually saw Kelly Rowland. She wore was that the hat she wore?
Yeah, it was a different one, but yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Did she let her keep the last one?
I told her to keep it. But, you know, she was on stage. She put it back on my head though. When I went backstage and I went to go see her and stuff like that. You know, we kick it and whatnot. She's really cool. She's a cool person though.
That was cool. So basically, start off by saying, you know, like a recap from where you started and how you get to this point now, where you're basically, well, in my opinion, I would say that you're basically there, but almost there. If you're, because not anybody can just walk up or be in a realm of setting of people that aren't near that level or about to be on that level. So talk about where you started, how'd you get to that point?
Right, because his music is at Best Buy, like.
Right, and following.
I mean, you know, this music industry is it's a process becoming an artist. You know, and developing to be an artist. That's the hardest part, is just getting your name out there. You know, I started off by, you know, knocking at clubs and, you know, like, I want to speak to the owner, and they're like, who are you? And I'm like, hey, you know, I'm Lil Problem, I'm an artist, this and this and that, but you know, I want to do a show here. And they're like, oh no, we don't do shows. So I, like, you know, I started off like, look, I do the show for free.
Right.
You don't like me, but you ain't got nothing to lose. So I started doing shows like that, getting my name out, you know, across the states, and you know, now it's to the point where, you know, I'm getting bookings, and, you know, which is good, you know, of course. But I had to start off like that, you know, doing a bunch of free stuff, giving free albums out, giving free T-shirts out, you know. And what a lot of artists don't do today is that, you know, they go and they perform, and then when you leave the performance, nobody remembers you because you didn't leave anything behind. Right. You know, you didn't leave any cards that could fit in a pocket. You know, when I go do a performance and everybody's coming into the place, one of the main things that's on my list to accomplish is that everybody who comes in through the door, instead of having that VIP wristband come in or that stamp, they're going to have a wristband that has my actual name on it, where they could download the music app for free with the download code and everything. So when they drunk and they wake up in the morning, they still didn't remember. It's stuck to their hand.
That's a good idea. That's real good advice.
So I mean, it's just little things like that some people, you know, you just got to sit back and think, you know, what can I do to get the fans coming in? You know what I'm saying? And at least not, even if they don't want to be fans and they want to be what they call haters, you know what I'm saying? Right. But, you know, I love haters. I love them.
Right.
You know, they get me to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Your haters are your motivators, baby.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, I mean, and they get you where you need to be, though, at the same time. Because the more talking they do, the more promotion that's for you as well.
Yeah, as I always say, but for the record, nobody like far as like crazy about the haters, but it's like it comes with the territory. So you just gotta love it, you gotta embrace it, and just gotta, it's part of the package.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
part of it. Yeah,
exactly. So to wrap it up for this first part, this first half, so we talked about who you met. So who is somebody that you still haven't met that you would like to meet as far as your career and things
Well, I was just on a Would You Like a tour, back in Philly just a few weeks ago with Future. I wanted to get the chance to meet Drake. I didn't get the chance to meet him. Drake is like super big, so go to his bodyguard. He's like, "Hey, who are you?" Right. But that's somebody I would like to meet. And I do like his music. I like the creativity. He developed a new sound that came out of music, which I was doing too a long time ago. Right. So that's definitely someone I would like to meet. Drake and Nicki, Lil Wayne.
The King and the Queen.
Yeah. I mean, they doing it though. They doing it. They doing it. I mean, that's one couple right there that have been ride or die for a long time. To find what you really want to do and do it. And what I mean by that is, if you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you get to work, and the time you get home is 7 o'clock, and you gotta cook, clean, whatever the case is and whatnot, and you're trying to do music, trying to do acting, then I mean that's. It's kind of hard for people to quit what they're doing to do something else when they just start in the beginning. But sometimes you have to sacrifice. So that's what I mean by just do it. You got to be able to sacrifice. And the second thing I would say is it would be to be motivated in what you want to do. Let it be something that you're sure that you want to do. Right. And be motivated by it to do it. And the third thing I would say is just to be humble.
Right.
Be humble about the situation. Be patient. Patient and humble. Those are the two main things. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
So I think if you put your all into it and you motivate it, and that's what you do 24/7, because that's what I do in my case. Right. So if somebody asks me for advice, I'm going to give them and tell them what I'm doing. I barely sleep. I barely eat. Right. I could go from Friday to Monday, traveling without some sleep.
Team no sleep.
Yes, I want some right now. But I mean, just pretty much got to put your all into anything you want to do.
Right.
The minute you doubt yourself, that's when things ain't gonna go the way you want it to go. You got to be able to say, "This is what I'm gonna do," and try to figure out how you can do it and do it. And you started from the bottom. You got to start from the bottom. Everybody's got to start from the bottom. So it's just little things that make it easy, like money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I mean, you can do things to make the money, save it, and then keep pushing forward.
Right.
Be careful about. Be careful about saying just do it. Nike mess around and sue you because everybody gets sued up in this piece. You got Lil Kim getting sued.
Right.
Rick Ross suing people.
Hey, I'll be promoting them if anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see that you juggle a lot because I saw on your Instagram that you did have a son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you told me that you were basically pretty much managing yourself right now. So it's pretty much a lot to juggle. I'm saying, like, you're basically saying giving the advice, but how do you, like, just a personal level, how do you juggle so much at one time and then keep a good equilibrium between everything?
It's not really equal, because I still got to deal with headaches and nonsense and drama from other areas and whatnot. But I said this is what I was going to do, and I'm going to do it anyways. Whether or not people follow me, whether or not people don't follow me. Being my own, manager, booking my own shows, promoting my own self, networking by myself. Not really by myself, so I gotta give some credit to my sister also. She helps me a lot with a lot of things that I do. So, and then being, of course, having time with the kids and, all that stuff. It is a lot, but I mean, it's called a balance. You gotta know how to balance things in your life and be able to do everything at once.
Right. I feel you. And then, so what do you believe as far as you as an artist that you bring that's different than a lot of artists out here? Because you say commercial things sell. So what in your art that you think sticks out, stands out to make you Lil Problem as a brand and as an artist?
Well, I think what makes me different, should I say, than any other artist is the fact that if somebody was to hear me on the radio, if somebody was to hear my songs or anything like that, they can never compare me to any other artist that's out right now because I don't sound like any of them. You know how sometimes you hear somebody on the radio and you just, oh, that's Mariah Carey. But then you're like, oh, wait a second, that's not Mariah Carey, that's Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that, they kind of sound just alike. I think developing a new sound is what I wanted to do, is what I did, and being commercial. You know, of course I got the dirty hip hop, and you know I do hip hop, pop, R&B, reggaeton. I do pretty much all of that stuff. So I think what makes me different is the creativity, and of course developing that new sound. So when people hear me, they don't say I sound like anybody else. I have my own style of music.
Right.
If you want to talk to Lil Problem, don't be scared. Hit us up 1-888-400-5574. We saw some calls earlier.
Yes, he was on the music.
Yeah, we was on the music. Sorry we couldn't take them, but call us back right now. He's live on air. 1-888-400-5574.
Please do. And I see that from your page that you have a clothing line starting or together.
I'm starting. Yeah. I'm putting pieces together called Fast Life Clothing. But you know, I was gonna pretty much launch it sometime the beginning of this year, but I got that on hold. Of course, like I said, music comes first. So you know.
So what like 3 words for you to tell people that describes the clothing line? Like what, like is it eccentric or like what style does it bring for your clothing line?
3 words I will fast, Neil, and evolution.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, you know me and Kimmy, she wears a small. I wear medium. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And I didn't. As far as like, forgot to ask you, producing wise, like what producers would you like to work with in your career when you keep rising up?
Well, man, there's so many out there that you know that are really killing it. DJ Khaled, you know, he's killing it. I met DJ Drama too, you know, just a few weeks ago. He's cool. He's a real cool dude.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like to work with him. I like to work with Khaled. And then there's some big producers also that, you know, kind of don't really get the credit they deserve. But, you know, like Producer Vibe and a few other ones that I work with as well now. So, but I think Khaled will probably be one of my main ones. Of course, Dr. Dre.
What about Swiss Beats?
Yeah, Swiss Beats too. You know, Swiss Beats, Dr. Dre, Khaled. You know, Timberland.
Yeah,
one of the biggest ones. Can't forget
yes.
Yeah.
And then, so I know you're saying you're focusing on your music. That's first, and then you know your clothing line. Is there anything else that you would like to do, or just the main 2 things that you want to focus on?
Yeah, I'm just focused on music really right now.
Right.
That's the main thing, just for me. In it to win it, you know. I gotta go all in or go home, and I ain't going home. So
That's right.
And I see that you be, you know, New York, DMV. So how is like pretty much on the road? So how is like on the road, like as far as like the grind, the hustle, and things like that? As far as like doing your shows, hotels, things like that. Does it kind of get to you like I want to be in my own bed, or do you like the road life and just?
No, I love it. Yeah, I'm not the type of person that doesn't like that stuff. You know, I love it. When I'm ready to go, man, I'm like so excited, man. Let's get in the car. I'm ready to roll out, man, and just, you know, hit a nice L and roll.
You the type that they got the different women in the hotel rooms every night?
Oh, man. So.
Exposed.
I like how you just brushed that off, though.
Right. Good.
I mean, they come and go, you know.
Right.
So that's how it is.
Those dots with the dots.
Dots.
Yeah, dots. Anything you want to ask?
Yeah, like what, if any, I say if any, was like the greatest advice that you've received from another artist, whether famous, not famous, any type of advice?
I mean, I had somebody told me before, you know, dreams come true. Believe in what you do, and you know, go for it, and you'll get there. You know, you gotta have faith about it. So I have faith behind what I do, and I believe that I'm gonna make it. Whether it's now, whether it's next year, I ain't gonna stop until I get it. So, and then I had somebody also who told me out from Chicago. It was the studio with the main producer out there. They actually told me sometimes you gotta fake it to make it. And that doesn't mean
What does that mean? Yeah.
what exactly it sounds like it means, but it means, you know, when you go out and you do a show and whatnot, people might not know who you are, but you still want to develop yourself. You still want to show these people that you are somebody, even though they don't know you somebody, because I feel like I'm still somebody. So, you know, I go out, you know, you want to dress nice, you want to look nice, You know, if you got to bring security with you, you know, these are things you got to do so people could look at you, so they could follow you, so they could be more interested in who you were rather than, oh, I don't know who he is, and not finding out. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you might see somebody walking around and you see a bunch of people going to a circle and you're running over there and you're like, man, who's that? You don't know who they are, but just because you see other people doing that, it makes you want to go look up who that person was. Or you might want to walk over there and see who the person is. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just got to do little things like that to, you know, get there.